What's poppin', cool viewers? I know it's been a while since I've last posted, almost a year ago, but here I am, and that's what matters. As to why I've been gone for quite a while, here's a short edit explaining the past few months of my life. Long story short, I got busy. Yes, completely reasonable excuse. But all of that aside, I finally graduated, so I should be able to upload more. Today, for this video, I am going to be giving you guys my take on how I make pixel art. Before we start, disclaimer, I am in no way a professional pixel artist, or artist for that matter, and this video is simply how I make anime girls using Aesprite. I will be going through my process and some tips and tricks that may help you in your pixel art journey, but if you guys are looking for an actual pixel art tutorial, well, this is all I can do. And if you want, my commissions are open, and they're pretty cheap because I live in a third world country, and no hate to my country, but things here are pretty cheap. To start things off, the first thing we are going to do is to open our drawing software. In my case, I use Aesprite, but feel free to use whatever software you have. Number 2, the canvas size is very important. The beauty of pixel art is in its ability to convey images using a very small and limited canvas, meaning that the more experienced pixel artists are still able to make astounding pieces using very small canvases. In my case, I start with a 128 by 128 canvas size and I just adjust it afterwards. So to whoever is asking what canvas size I use, here you go. Step number 3. In this stage, it is important that we get the overall size and shape or the silhouette
But to put this in perspective,
of the anime girl before anything else. A huge tip would be to draw without zooming in. This will allow you to always see the entire canvas and also reduces the mistakes you make. If you were to zoom in all the time, you would spend an eternity on an area that may end up being covered by hair, clothes, or other accessories, or you just want to erase it further down the line. This means that you'd also be less willing to erase it or adjust it because of the absurd amount of time you spent on it. If you see me going back to my older works, that's just me color picking, so I have a base color palette to work with. On to step number 4. Now that we have the face and upper chest finished for now, we will move on to the hair. I prefer using a thicker brush for this part because it is much easier for me to start with the silhouette or the basic shape of the hair before adding details. Before we move on to the next step, I'm going to finish the hair over here, and well, don't worry, it's gonna speed up. Step number 5. Here we are adding the base colors to see if they blend well. They have good color harmony and so that we're able to adjust it before for adding details. So here you notice that I'm not content with the skin color, so I decided to adjust the hair and skin color. I found that the hair was a little too purple and I wanted it to darkish blue. Step number 6. If you're wondering about layers, I organize my layers by line art for the face and body, skin color, eye color, hair color, shirt color, highlights, and then the other miscellaneous stuff. Feel free to use whatever you like though. This is just my preference because I am able to use the lasso tool to adjust things down the line without everything being super messy. Step number 7. I separate my hair color into 4 colors. One for the base, one for where the light hits the hair, one for the darkest shadow, and lastly, one for the highlights. Remember to keep your colors simple because it will read much better. Step number 8. Here's how I did the eyes. If you want a more in-depth tutorial for this, let me know in the comments down below. But for now, feel free to follow how I did it, or you can use your own methods. Step number 9. For the lines, I changed their color to something much less harsh. As you can see, the lines for the skin are somewhat darker reddish brown as opposed to black previously. I also added a blush on the cheeks to make the anime girl more 3D-ish and more lifelike. Step number 10. Second to the last step. Now that I'm done with most of the piece, I noticed that something is off. I'll give you 10 seconds to tell me what it is in the comments down below. Please respond because I need some comment section engagement. Please, please, please. Okay, 10 seconds are up. If you said the saturation of the shirt wasn't bussin', then you'd be right. If you want me to make a simple video on how I choose my colors, let me know in the comments down below again. But for now, I decided to choose a much more saturated green and to adjust the other colors. Number 11. Hey, would you look at that? The piece took me around 3 to 4 hours to do, and I'm quite happy with the results. If you want tutorials about how I do the hair, eyes, color, or other more specific things, let me know and I will do my best to follow through. For now, thanks for watching, and remember, if you want, my commissions are open and they're pretty cheap because I live in a third world country. Again, no hate to my country, I love my country. It's just that stuff here are pretty cheap. Thanks for watching and stay bussin'.